Being labeled has been a huge part of my growing years. At different times, I was given different names: tomboy, chokra boy, badmash, monster, fat, boisterous, girly, large, mad hatter, nuts, fearless bitch, arrogant, maverick. You name it, I've probably been called it. Hello, and welcome to the Infinite Learning, the space where we explore powerful ideas, practical tools, and timeless wisdom that helps you grow both personally and professionally. I'm your host, Monisha Mitra, and every week I bring you conversations and reflections that are designed to spark curiosity, shift perspectives, and inspire you to take meaningful action. Now, before we dive into today's episode, let me share something with you. The reason this podcast exists is simple. I believe that we all have untapped potential waiting to be unlocked. Sometimes all it takes is the right insight, the right practice, or even the right story to change the way we see ourselves and the world around us. So if you're new here, welcome to the community, and if you've been listening for a while, thank you for being on this journey with me. So grab a notebook, settle into your space, and let's get started. Coming back to what I have been called. And you know what? The problem wasn't the words themselves. The problem was that I believed them. Every single one. I carried those labels like heavy baggage on my back. I felt embarrassed about how I looked, how I dressed, the way I walked, the way I spoke. Slowly, I became like an onion. Each label added another layer, covering who I really was, until my true core was lost beneath layers and layers of false identities. Take a moment and think, what labels have you carried? Maybe it was lazy, too quiet, too loud, not enough, too much. Notice how quickly labels stick and how slowly they peel away. When I look back, I realize all those roads led me to self-doubt, self-abuse, low self-esteem, and a version of me that could easily, very easily be bullied. Yes, me, the person you hear now as a life coach, as a personal growth mentor. But here's the truth today. I'm none of those things because I chose differently. And here's how we break the pattern. At some point, I had to stop living as a character in someone else's story and start writing my own. I peeled back the labels slowly, painfully, but deliberately. And underneath, I found myself, the real me, not someone else's opinion of me. So I ask you now, what labels are you carrying? And how many of them truly belong to you? Labels are like masks. At first, you put them on for fun because someone hands them to you. But after a while, you forget you're even wearing them. They harden, they stick, and suddenly you're no longer sure which face is yours. Labels are also like cages. Sometimes the bars are made of words, sometimes of silence. And the worst part, we start living inside them as if they are normal. Psychologists call this internalized labeling. When you hear something often enough, you're clumsy, you're too much, you'll never succeed, your brain starts treating it as the truth. Over time, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But here's the good news. The same brain that internalizes labels can also unlearn them. With awareness and practice, you can rewire those beliefs. You can plant new truths. Let me share some tools I use and still use. 1. Awareness journaling. Write down the labels you've been called. Next to each, ask, is this true? Or is this someone else's projection? 2. Reframing. Take a negative label and flip it. If they call you stubborn, maybe it means you're determined. If they call you quiet, maybe it means you're thoughtful. 3. Affirmations. Replace old labels with new truths. Say to yourself, I'm not my label. I am who I choose to be. 4. Mindful breathing. Each inhale, imagine taking in your own truth. Each exhale, release a label that doesn't serve you. 5. Boundaries. Be conscious of whose voices you allow into your life. Some people only know how to project their own insecurities onto others. You don't have to absorb them. So if you're in a quiet place right now, let's do a short exercise. Close your eyes. Imagine you're standing in front of a mirror. Across your body, you see sticky notes, each with a label written on it. Some are old, faded, almost unreadable. Some are fresh, still stinging. Now with each deep breath, peel one off. Inhale, strength. Exhale as you pull off the label and drop it to the floor. Watch it dissolve, turning to dust. Keep peeling, one by one, until your reflection becomes clearer, brighter, lighter, until what remains is you, the real you. So what labels are you ready to peel away today? Which new words would you like to write on your mirror instead? Who could you become if you stopped believing everything people said? Here's what I know. Labels will always be there. People will always have opinions, but the choice is yours whether to wear them or to shed them. You're not the names you've been called. You're not the stories others told about you. You're the author of your own story. So today, let's make a promise to peel off the labels, to uncover the core, and to step into the life that was always meant for us. And that brings us to the end of today's episode of The Infinite Learning. I hope you're leaving this conversation with fresh insights and a few practical takeaways you can try right away. If you found value in this episode, here's what you can do. Share it with a friend or colleague who might benefit. Subscribe or follow the podcast so you never miss future episodes. And if you're feeling generous, leave a review. It helps this show reach more people who are on the same path of growing and learning. But I'd also love to hear from you personally. What resonated most with you today? What stories or experiences came to mind while listening? You can connect with me on The Infinite Learning or email at monisha@theinfinitelearning.com. Remember, growth doesn't happen in a day, but it does happen daily when you commit to showing up for yourself in small, consistent ways. Thank you for spending time with me. Until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep showing up as your best self.